Alright, what's going on, y'all? I don't have enough new Capenna cards yet to play new decks in Standard, so we're going to try out Explorer, which also launched with the update just now. So, seen some articles coming out about decks that people expect to be good in this format, and Rogues is one of them that I have very much enjoyed in the past and have most of the cards for, so we're going to try that out today. Try out an Explorer event. The reward structure is different from how the old events were, but still decent chance for rewards, and already in Mythic, so no point in climbing ranked any further. For those of you who don't know, rogues are tempo creatures that like to put cards in your opponent's graveyard. Thieves Guild Enforcer. When it or another rogue enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 2. When they have 8 or more cards in their graveyard, it becomes a 3/2 with Death Touch, which is of course a very good rate for a 1-drop. As well as enabling our graveyard stuff, we have Merfolk Windrobber, that mills 1 every time it connects with the player, and you can sack it to draw cards, has flying. Soaring Thought Thief, also Flash, buffs all your rogues. This is primarily how you end up getting your opponent dead, between Thieves Guild Enforcer as a 3/2 and Soaring Thought Thief, giving all your rogues +1/+0, as long as they have 8 or more cards in the bin. Then you have a formidable amount of pressure. Also triggers when you attack with one or more rogues to mill 2. We also have Ruin Crab, which helps us have the plan to win by milling our opponents out, and just very quick to fill up their graveyard. With Ruin Crab, we get to run Fabled Passage, because in Explorer, all the historic cards that were printed in standard sets since Historic was incepted are legal in this format, so we get Fabled Passage. Have some Cling to Dust. There's a bunch of like graveyard nonsense that I've seen so far, like Greasefang Parhelion combo, and like Croxa Cat Oven stuff, so Cling to Dust might help us a bit there. Spell Pierce for a little bit of counter action. We also get to play Drown in the Lock, which is a fantastic card. Gets to counter spells or destroy creatures for 2 mana, as long as we are doing the mill thing, which we always want to be doing. 1 Heartless Act for a little extra removal. Agadeem's Awakening can get back 2 creatures and up our land count a little bit. Into the story, draws a bunch of cards. We're playing Meat Hook because of course we are. And yeah, Thoughtseize because of course we are. That is the deck. Let's go try it out. Would love to have a 1-drop, but I think we're okay here. We play this first, we can haul the Storm Giants, play a Thought Thief. Adversary. Or we can just kill something. Nice that we're able to play at flash speed here. And they have some big nasty 3-drop we want to kill. We can take 3 here, I think. I don't really want to trade a Thought Thief. I want to be able to kill a 3-drop if they have a better one. Take a Thought Thief so we can start attacking with it. This is still awkward with this check land. We can bolt in the Agadeems and be able to play 2 spells this turn, which is probably what we want to do. That's a lot of damage, though, against what's probably a pretty aggressive deck. Alright, we'll play the tap land. Just chill for a bit. Looks like our opponent's on some fairly stock aggro. Intrepid Adversary resolves. They pump this one, we'll kill this one. Do it now before they put the counter on it. Still not racing very effectively, but we should be fine as the game goes along. Do this now to get our mill triggers, which not quite enough to turn these on. Maybe I just drown this now. Seems okay. This way I get more damage in. Probably have to kill that anyway. Also, we have the Castle Lochthwain, so emptying my hand. And in the creature mirror, when you're the one with 2 creatures on board, generally a good place to be. Not too worried about this Thoughtseize in my hand, with them still having 5 cards available. Been fairly conservative with playing things out so far. Scarclave, take one of my Thought Thieves. I still don't have good attacks. This takes double B to activate. I think we're leaving our Thought Thief to block here. Double Brood of Cathar's, Thalia. That's rough. Going to need to find one of my meat hooks here, it looks like. Guess we make them play the Brutal Cathar. If we attack there, they can play Thalia instead. Aspirin. So now I can make the Skyclave a 3/3. Alright, so we got here, they bounce off each other. Drown. That might get us somewhere. Take the Skyclave, get a 2/2, ambush something. And now probably build a Brutal Cathar, get our 2/3 back, ambush something. Don't give something 4 toughness. Opal Initiate's still gonna get 4 toughness, which is rough. No, I actually still have to chump with this anyway because we're at 9. I think we're dead here. Yep. Yeah, our deck's not really built for the super low to the ground creature matchup like that one. This hand is great, right? Grab on 1, Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce on 2. Yeah, if we see a bunch of mono white in this event, we're probably not going to do very well. If that's the case, these Spell Pierces should be fatal pushes, almost certainly. Let's see what they've got. Ordain, Spellbinder, Takedown. So we take the Spellbinder, because it's the most aggressive. Both of them make my end of the story cost 2 more. Ordain attacks for a significantly smaller amount. Windrobber is not bad. Next turn we can block it, block Ordain and cycle it. Or maybe it'll eat their Kabira takedown. I guess they can use the Kabira takedown to kill my crab if I block here. I think we're taking it this turn. I need the crab, at least until we get 8 cards in their bin. I guess casting the Kabira takedown would do that as well. Alright, second crab is nice. Alright, they play Wandering Emperor, so the Spell Pierce is not worthless. Guess if necessary, we might be able to catch a Spell Pierce on this takedown as well. Okay, block, block. There's the takedown. Sure. I guess we should draw first. Might find a brown or something. Sure. Yeah, I don't have anything else this turn anyway. Thieves Guild, not great into Thalia. First strike is pretty good. Keep blocking here. No instance this time. That's annoying. Exile my crab so I can't Agadeem's it back. I can get the Wind Robber back though. Cling to Dust is probably good here. At least once the Sentinel's out of the way. Haven't seen any 2-drops yet. So I think I'm supposed to go ahead and get this. Or we could play the land and then one more and we have End of the Story available. Don't really want to cling before this Sentinel attacks. Right. Not going to spend 5 mana to get back a Wind Robber. Cling to Dust is much better rate at drawing a card. Spellbinder, so there goes my End of the Story forever. I can still cast Cling to Dust even if they tax it, so no need to cast that in response here. Yeah, that is the correct choice. Good job. All in. Happy to trade the Enforcer for their Sentinel here. I've played both my Agadeems now, so no longer care about them exiling creatures in my graveyard. Guess I should probably cling first. We might have drawn like a Thought Thief, which would be able to block Thalia there. As soon as this trigger resolved, should have done it. I think I want to draw cards here. Fabled Passage, second Cling. Guess I can do this and escape one. Let's try the cheap one first. There's a Thought Thief. Get rid of this Thalia, at least. I guess there's no need to wait on this. Just pop it now so they can't somehow remove the crab in response. Alright, here we go. Take that out, take 5, and this blocks this Spellbinder next turn. Oh, we're one card short of Cling to Dust. That helps. Guess I might want to... No, they have 8 mana. Spell Pierce is not doing anything anymore. Let's play top land here. Lash in the Thieves Guild later. Play top deck removal, so be it. gone. There's a drown for the Redain. Now we're in a pretty good spot. See if they want to trade for this first. Mono White doesn't have any hasters on the ground, so this attack is fine. And might find a 2-drop off our sequence cost 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're unlikely to find anything for 3 mana, so we can play the top land here. So, yeah, now we can cling, drown, and if we draw something for 3. Am I supposed to just drown this Redain? No, they might have second Redain. We don't need to drown it just yet. Go to 1. Am I getting like this time? I think so. Since I have into the story here to get more cards. Let's not exile the other Cling. Just in case. End step, I guess we'll kill this. So I can cast this cheaper next turn. See if I find another crab. Beautiful. Where? Yeah, that's just lethal. The slow death with mono white aggro. Do have basics left. Nice. Get out of here. Alright, maybe we're still okay against mono white. Didn't even draw a meat hook there. Still took him to town. Yep, that'll do. Marine Crab on 1, Thought Thief or Thoughtseize plus Windrobber on 2. Normally it's better to play the Windrobber before the Ruined Crab because Windrobber can attack this turn, but I'm not convinced I want to play Windrobber just yet. And I think it is going to be the Thought Thief. Gets more pressure down faster. And the following turn we can Thoughtseize plus Thought Thief. I guess Thoughtseize here is important if they play like Doomscar, which they could have. As if they had the untapped lands, they'd be able to foretell it there. And then I can no longer Thoughtseize it. Play Mystic Dispute or something. Yeah, untaps, sure. Playland. Seize your thoughts. March holds priority, sure. It's probably just Narset here, right? They have 2 marches, can't really stop that. And a Gonjo, it's kind of a lot of removal. But then if they do that, if they don't have Narset, they're pretty much out of advantage. And just 1-for-1 stuff, which is fine. Okay, that's turned on. Hit him for 3. Unless you want to 2-for-1 with my Thought Thief. Which doesn't seem terribly good here, especially after I got the mill trigger. Emery Deluge, another reason Cling to Dust is in the deck. Blue-white control players and playing at a glacial pace. Name more iconic duo. Well, almost the full rope on turn 3 here, with 1 mana open. Love to see it. Alright, they play lands. They probably march something here. Let me get the attack triggers. It's probably wrong. I guess they're going to use a Gonjo then instead. Sure. And Fabled Passage to Windrobber. It'll be a long way before we mill out this Yorion deck, of course. Probably just want to get the meat hook down in case they have future destroy effects. Doesn't look like I'm going to kill any of their stuff anytime soon. If I did it pre-combat, they'd probably just use the March instead of the Gonjo. Yep. Another Windrobber, okay. I'm gonna hurry to sack these to draw cards, since they're the only real pressure we have at the moment. Buys Yorion. Alright, that is lovely. Sadly, it comes in tapped. They absorb. It's rather old school of them. Castle should give us some amount of grind here. If they fare well, we get to draw 2, so we're not too upset. Nothing. Short. Go to attacks. Takes 2. We're shocking this in. Don't really care about my life total. We want to have a black source up after we castle Locthwain, in case we draw something castable. Another Field of Ruin milled. It's 2 of them. They probably don't have many more than that. Maybe in an 80 card deck you can play 4. Just worried about my castle, of course. Yorion resolves. Draw a card. Grab, sure. Attack in here and just sack the one they block. Still deals 1. This meat hook is phenomenal. Thoughtseize is pretty nice. Takes another 1. Veto, sure. Crab. Black source. It can fare well here. If we hit a Spell Pierce off the castle, we can stop that. Or any sort of... a Drown, I guess, is our only other counterspell off the Wind Robber. So, Wind Robber first. -1. Sure. Keep my crabs. They're down to 27 cards. Getting close here. Still have the mana to pay for a Mystic Dispute if they have one. Okay, you'll see the writing on the wall. Drown's such a good card. Got Control Mage. No creatures here is a mulligan. It's better. Put back the meat look, I think. Who needs interaction when you have O3s? Yeah, and with Crab plus Fatal Passage, we will be at 7 cards in no time. I'll pay 2 life here. Could play it tapped and then Crab and then Fatal Passage next turn. There's a strong possibility I want to play the Thought Thief here. Alright, with that draw, we can hold off on the Thought Thief. Especially when our opponent's playing something that is likely super aggressive. Yeah. Some sort of sacrifice with blood tokens and mayhem devils. You got it. Not trading here, so we'll take the damage. Thieves Guild. Still have the blood token to hold priority. They might not have a red instant. Play this, start counterattacking. And that gets him up to 8, so I get to hit him for 4 here. Seems good. It's an oven into the bin. Haven't put a cat there yet, thankfully. Dispute. Draw some cards and don't kill my rogues. Seems good to me. Synthesizer post land drop. Fine by me. Play the Fabled Passage here so we can into the story. Attacks. Jumps. Sure. Can hide that we have a castable spell here by holding up the Fabled Passage. Fatal Push, they get to kill their choice here. Nothing I can do about it. And the land, they're going to do it off the treasure. I should have sacked the Fabled Passage in response. It's been a while since playing against this Mayhem Devil card. Alright. They point at face, it doesn't matter. I just take 1 extra damage. Yeah. 1 damage I didn't have to take, but oh well. Didn't make a huge difference here. Well, That is not terribly good. Meat Hook is probably fine, though. I highly doubt they're going to want to trade here. Really? Thinking about it. If they... yeah. So I think we just Meat Hook here. Hope they don't play out their entire hand or attack me with the Bugbear. But Mayhem Devil's going to kill my Thieves Guild Enforcer next turn, almost assuredly. Let's just get it down. Get this life gain online. Four cards, pretty unlikely they'll empty their hand here. Alright. Just Thoughtseize my Thoughtseize, sure. Second Devil. Winged Dust, not bad. Since they have the blocker, I think it's have the Eye Tyrant. See, I can double claim this turn, that's pretty good. Might find something to do at sorcery speed. We have plenty of cards, so we'll just hit some 15. I'm not terribly concerned. Hopefully they're not sitting on another land, but I think that's probably going to be empty here. Alright, I'll take the cap. That's fine. And I want to get one of these down so I can start attacking with it. I guess all the Storm Giants demands they leave a blocker back. Unless they want to go to 1. But this makes a blocker, sure. That means they can't hit me with their Bugbear, at least. Land. It's fine. Sack the other Synthesizer if they so desire. So if I attack them with this, all the Storm Giants, they just jump with their 2/2 and then attack me for a lot next turn. I can hold the Hall of the Storm Giants to block with, which might be a little better. And I want to play the Fabled Passage, even though it gives away the fact that I have nothing in my hand. As it is 1 less damage than playing the Watery Grave. Sack it now before they find another devil, and I forget to do it first. Yep, there's the other devil. Cool. Plays it. Any attacks? No attacks. Alright. I really need both cards and life, huh? Guess I should take the cat. Just in case they find food. Alright, if we're getting back in, that's where it starts. It's a drown. So we drown a devil and go to 11, and then we take 7 plus 4 and die. I think they've got us here. Make them do it. Alright, I can no longer power up the Bugbear. Kill this in response so we don't get hit by all the back triggers with the cat. That's 1, 2, 3 plus 7, so we're still dead. Or no, because Meat Hook, they gave one when they sacked their cat. So that's neutral. So we go to 1 here. Hope to draw second Meat Hook. Only 2 in the deck. Does that do it? 27 cards, not milling them out anytime soon. Guess we can cling to gain a bit more life. Go to 6. Still probably die. Let's see. Alright, no Bugbear. Play a blocker. Alright, and now we're dead. Yep, yeah. Great, that'll do. Thieves Guild into Thieves Guild Thoughtseize, probably. Ah, well then. Opponent is up to some nonsense. Ramp Dork, Mutate, Mutate. This will take the cheaper Mutate. This isn't quite enough to get them to 8, so I should have held it, but probably not going to matter. See if we can run them down before they do anything too disgusting. That might help. Yeah, they get to play their Heron here and draw a card. That's probably too slow. They take 8 here. Probably 8 again next turn. And also, this is tapped if they mutate it, right? So actually they take 10. Easy go to 1. And I get 2 into the story. Oh no, their graveyard card. And I've seen counterspells in their deck, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. Alright, you got 1 turn to go off. Or somehow deal with my 3 threats. That does not do it. I guess it blocks one of the Thieves Guilds. I have 3 mana up here. I need a creature with 4 or greater to tap this for 2. Also, if they tap this for mana, they're probably dead. Well, they're still dead as it is. Alright, I need 3 blockers. We are somewhat lucky that we had a very aggressive hand here. So I guess spot removal in response to Mutate is usually fine as well. But we don't have a whole lot of that. Yeah, if I were doing this over, I'd definitely take these out, and probably a land as well. 25 is a bit much with how low to the ground we are. Okay, that's not how phasing power works. I still get to attack with them. They're phased out until my next turn, not yours. Yeah. If they did that on my turn, they might have still had a chance, but if they did it on my turn, I could Spell Pierce it, so... Maybe Spell Pierce ain't so bad after all. Sure. Fabled Passage for a black source on one. And we can Thieves Guild Wind Robber or Thought Thief. If my opponent is here, anyway. Ooh. And the queue times on this event are not that bad. You should still be paying attention. Been under a minute each game so far. The structure of this event is you have to go 5 wins to get your entry fee back, but you can get packs as long as you get 3 or more. Maybe it's just 2 or more wins. You get a pack at least. Discard the hand size. Love to see it. And they concede now that they get back and realize they did that. Sure. Nice agreement. The first 2 wins, then you get a pack. So once you get to 3, you're feeling okay. Yeah, this is good. Double Thieves Guild Crab and the best card in the deck. Sure. Guess I want to play this turn 1. So I can play the crab before my land drop on 2. Natural Rakdos. Opsies. Sure. I have 2 Thieves Guilds. Doesn't matter. Probably taking not a Thieves Guild anyway. Yep. That makes sense. And the oven. I don't think I take this block anyway. But they might sack the cat in response here anyway, which saves me 1 life. So, just quick out of it. They should have at least waited for me to declare the block. Alright, second round anyway. Love the Thoughtseize bug. I think we're gonna get all our rogues going first though. This turns this one on, so we can attack 3 here. And mill him a bunch. This Fabled Passage would have also turned on this Thieves Guild Enforcer. So that can kill one of the Thieves Guilds. Or the crab, I suppose, if they'd rather. Die, please. They hit my face, so I can still attack into this cat. Let's play the Fabled Passage now, so I can get it out of the way. Don't have to worry about future Mayhem Devils, just while my crab is still on the board. This This Rakdos deck seems to be understandably one of the more popular things in Explorer so far. Cat Oven is just good. Missing the squirrel and a couple other green cards that make the green-black version so good in Historic, so they've largely chosen Rakdos here. Main phase, sack the cat. Dispute the food. Should have held the Pit of Passage. Anyway. 6. Attack with Drown Up. Attack with Crab to assert dominance. So thank you. I'd rather we didn't. Alright, not the end of the story I wanted for Christmas, but that's fine. How many meat hooks have we milled over? Just one. Probably have a couple more. Cat is fine. Another devil is less fine. So now they can start killing my crabs. Gotta kill the Thieves Guild. Not sure I agree with that. Thieves Guild can't really attack while they have Cat Oven available. Puts him to 12. Yeah, if they kill a crab here, we're not in a good spot. Life total is also starting to get a little low. Takes another card off the top, though. To play that, it takes yet another. Down to 8. If I block here, then the cat loop kills my crab. If I don't, then I don't think they can kill the crab. Alright. Probably dead here. Yeah, they have the bugbear, they're super dead. Yeah. Cat loop deals 3 to my face, and they have 4 attackers. Yeah, they found it. Kinda just bricked and died there a little bit. Didn't find any of our card draw spells, a little bit unfortunate. And that will be the run here. 4-3, respectable. Lost to Mono White, Rakdos. Possibly want some more Fatal Pushes or something for Rakdos. Not really anything Dimir can play to take care of the oven. Alright, back to go over this a bit more formally. Thoughtseize was pretty awkward in a lot of those spots. I'm not sure 4 in the main is really correct with how aggressive the format looks so far. Definitely want some of these out. Yeah, what I would probably change is minus the Spell Pierces, minus 2 Thoughtseize, minus 1 land. Bring in a couple Fatal Pushes, and then some other cheap card draw spell. Is Charter Course legal in this format? If so, that's probably a reasonable one, as we have a decent number of attacks. Otherwise, the new draw to discard one is not terrible, though we only have 4 different mana values, or 5 of the land, but not terribly likely to hit that. Cling to Dust was great. I definitely think this is good in the main, especially with all the graveyard stuff that goes on in this format. Cats and Memory Deluges, and didn't see it in this event, but there is Greasefang Parhelion out there as well. And the core shell of this did just fine. The creatures are powerful enough, in my opinion. One thing is, in this format, there is no Lurrus, so you might want to look into playing some of the more expensive rogues, like the Nighthawk that has power equal to the number of card types in their graveyard, Death Touch, Lifelink, Flying. That would be very helpful in racing in a lot of those places, but mostly it looks like we just need more answers to Mayhem Devil. Maybe you could go to a 3rd Meat Hook as well. Would be reasonable. And Agadeems may not really be worth it if you only have 1 and 2 drops. If you have 3 drops, of course, it gets much better. Yeah, Rogues is still super sweet. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.